We've spent the last 2 years venturing deep into the remote north of the Sea of Cortez and sweeping down the Pacific coast of Central America as we attempt to complete our quest of circumnavigating the world. In that time, we've seen some of Mexico's most incredible, untouched nature, teeny tiny villages, and bustling cities, and experienced El Salvador's newly developing tourist economy. The old salts around here will tell you about the golden age of Baja, with lush and diverse ocean life and incredible fishing and welcoming villages. But times change. And all those things seem to be on the decline in these precious waters. We're getting the heck out of Dodge, El Salvador, and moving on to one of Central America's best kept secrets. Could this place be the new Baja?
Illegal.
We're Will and Em.
Say something cool.
And we're living on the hook in our sailboat, Apa. For nearly a decade, we planned and plotted our escape from the Fire Nation, aka our day jobs, and now we're hightailing it on the high seas aboard our sailing bison.
Papa got the zoomies.
After a year of isolation in the remote Sea of Cortez, we're venturing south towards a new ocean with new friends, and of course our trusty sidekick, Blue Dog. Subscribe, kick your feet up, and join us on our quest to master the elements and sail everywhere.
Today is the day. We are recrossing the bar and getting out of El Salvador.
Woo. We've been here almost exactly a month, maybe a little over a month.
Month and a half. We got in on April 2nd, and today is April 11th. May 11th.
And I'm definitely looking forward to get going again. We got into a routine here, got a little bored, and now it's time to hit the road again. Hit the water, not a road.
The moving road.
The moving road.
Yeah, the wind started to pick up, so I'm getting a little anxious, and it's like nothing but a waiting game until 1:30-ish before we leave. We are gonna, in the next hour or so, head to the dock so that we can do all of our checkout paperwork, because our next stop is no longer in El Salvador. We are going down to a little bay called Fonseca, which borders El Salvador, Honduras, and Nicaragua. And it's kind of like a no man's land, but each country has their own check-in port in that harbor, and we are actually going to go check into Honduras because it's free. We don't really want to get in any earlier than we have to in Costa Rica because it's so expensive, but we do have to be there before the 1st of June. Now I'm going to go...
Be anxious.
Be anxious. I'm going to go find things to do around the boat to keep my mind occupied because I can't sit still. Or I'm just going to get more anxious. Wish me luck.
Alright, my bike broke. So I ran to the end of the island. Haven't run in a while. I needed to check the conditions of what we're going through. A little more wavy than I would have hoped for. But yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna make it work.
All right. Will is getting the mainsail set up over here, and we are getting ready to get off the dock to get into our prep spot for crossing the bar. Will did a run down to the beach to look at the waves, and it seems like it's not as bad as it was when we came in, thank goodness, otherwise we would not be going today, but it's not nothing, so not horrible, not great, but Will feels confident that we will be okay, so we are going to go for it. The boat is pretty much prepped. It's a very short jump. It's going to be one overnight. We're supposed to arrive tomorrow afternoon around 3 p.m. And then we'll be in a new country, check into a new place. So we're very excited to be on the move again. Sad to say goodbye to our friends, but excited to be on the move. How are you feeling?
A little nervous. Very excited. I was definitely falling out of love with cruising, but just getting the boat going a little bit here is bringing it back for me, so that's great. And yeah, we're not the guinea pigs today, so there's going to be other boats coming in before we go out, which would be nice for me. message with legally your own name. You got this, buddy. Can you stay in the boat?
Well, we thought we were not going to be the guinea pigs, but it turns out we are actually going out first, and no one is coming in before us. We're going to Bill on the dock. So, once again, we are the guinea pigs. Life jackets enabled. Our hearts are on.
Our hearts on, everybody. Our hearts are on. We're building speed a little bit. I'm at 2,000 RPMs, doing about 4 knots, which is not that fast, not very fast.
Okay, well, let's go fairly quick, okay?
Yep, we got max RPMs. I'm maintaining 4.5.
Okay.
Do you need anything from me at this time?
No, ma'am. Just make sure I stay on Bill's ass. Alright, I think we're out of the pool of the river. We're up to 3.8 knots. Back-to-back big ones. Yeah. Up.
Taking it like a champ. Depth?
15. Waves are definitely smaller than the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost out.
Copy that. Everything's looking good back here. Except our engine temp. Woo! Yeah.
Actually?
It's probably like 190, 195.
Alright, so not like hot.
It's not overheated.
Yeah, just a little warmer than usual.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you for the ride. Sounds good. For reference, the lowest depth was 12.9.
Oh, it's the guy with the kayaks for Jacqueline. Right out of the bay, we are doing 4.5 knots. I'm about to turn the engine off. It's pretty much a neutral as it is. We've got about 10 knots of apparent wind, and we're cruising. Directly on course. Wind is just over the bow. Perfectly upwind right now. Almost loving it. Feels so good to be back.
Just taking over night shift. There's a beautiful sunset behind me, a lot of depth to it, a lot of darkness to it. And I come around to film the sails, and it's a full moon. So that's fantastic. It'll be a nice night. Pretty high chance of thunderstorms throughout the night, so we'll keep an eye on that. But we'll have plenty of visibility. And so far the conditions are just wonderful. We're doing about half of wind speeds. Apparent wind about 6 knots. We're doing about 3. And we're about a quarter of the way there. And the waves are pretty much non-existent. They're probably about a meter. You really can't tell anything happening. Feels great to be back on the water.
Well, we had a really calm night, but coming up on the Gulf right now. Got about 30 miles left, and got some big gusts coming through. We reefed the head sail, and it's coming right out of the direction we want to be going in, so we're going to tack into the bay, which is fine. I'm tired. I've been up all night.
Sustained 20 knots, gusting to 25, doing 5.3 upwind, charging along. Alright, the wind and waves were continuing to build. We decided to tack a little bit early than most efficient. We're headed right towards land, hoping that the mountains there will block some of the wind, and they will for sure decrease the fetch of the waves that are created by the wind. So we're headed that way now, and we're already down to 17, 18 knots of wind, and the plan seems to be going well.
At the mouth of the anchorage, and there is a long line across until about, I don't know, half a mile back. So we have to backtrack to then get around the long line to come back into the anchorage. And I can see another panga sitting inside the anchorage, so hopefully he doesn't have a line set up as well. I get that they're just doing their jobs, but it is really annoying. Super frustrating.
Alright, we passed all the long lines. We're about, I don't know, 2,000 yards from dropping the hook. It's a little wavy in here. Might be a little rolly tonight, but nothing crazy. And it's only a night, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And that might be a palapa that I'm seeing on the beach over there. So maybe I have a little taco tonight. Made it. Very tropical vibes. It smells super green. It took us like 3 tries to set our anchor, but we're set now, and it's beautiful. We have the whole place to ourselves. It's a little rolly, but nothing crazy yet.
Seen much worse.
Seen much worse.
Honestly, with the rocking, we might sleep better than we did on mooring.
Yeah, and we're back on our own. Feels weird.
I'm excited. I was starting to get a little depressed on the mooring in the estuary, doing the same things every day, and not having the wind through the boat made it real hot and uncomfortable. I'm happy to be back on anchor.
Back to adventure.
Yeah. Nice.
We'll see if we have a big storm tonight. We're in squall season. Tons of fun.
I wish we could send you the smell. It smells so good.
Here.
These 1,200 square miles of calm water, scattered islands, and dense mangroves are an exciting change from the Mexican desert. You could easily spend a few months island hopping and visiting mainland towns like La Union and Cayalito. We are leaving El Salvador officially. We checked out 2 days ago.
My hair is getting so big. Sorry.
One of these.
Can you tell?
Yeah, dude. He says, can you tell? Alright, we are leaving El Salvador officially. Even though we checked out 2 days ago, we moved to a new island, which is technically part of El Salvador in the Gulf of Fonseca. I always want to call it a bay, it's a gulf. But we're leaving to go just under 10 miles to Isla Tigre, which is owned by Honduras instead. We'll give you a little history breakdown in a minute. But all of our shit is together. Will just did the engine checks. The water maker is already running. Glad we got that resolved. Turned out it was just a clogged filter. It's so gorgeous here. We're very happy to be back on anchor, can you tell?
Yeah, I almost don't want to leave. I wish that all of these islands were owned by a singular country so we could pop around them for the next week and a half. But that's not the case, so we might go pirate style and sneak into a couple, but for now we're headed to Honduras, and I hope it's just as beautiful as this place. It's stunning here.
Yeah.
And I could definitely pass a couple days by. Life's good.
Life is good. We're so hyped to be back on anchor. I'm so hyped to be back on anchor. I don't know about you. Will's just sweating. He's sweating and his hair is growing.
Yeah. In about 5 days, I start my new job, and then my hair's gonna be all professional looking more often than not.
As professional as mega curly afro gets.
Yeah.
Alright, turn that engine on. Let's go, Lou. The islands are congregated in the northwest, varying in size and protection, offering plenty of opportunity to explore. Many of them are home to small hotels and restaurants eager for new business, and some even boast black sand beaches like you'd find in Costa Rica. They're split quite evenly between El Salvador and Honduras, which brings me to my next point. Fonseca is bordered by 3 different countries: El Salvador, Honduras, and Nicaragua. So that's Nicaragua over there. And that, behind Will, is El Salvador. The Gulf hasn't always been this welcoming, for locals, let alone visitors. As is typical with border disputes, civil unrest has plagued the Gulf for generations. Everyone from the conquistadors of the 16th century to the Federal Republic of Central America in the 1800s to the US government in 1916 have attempted to bring their plans for a man-made waterway to fruition. Lack of funding, heavy rainfall, poisonous wildlife, the rugged volcanic landscape, and, of course, territory disputes brought every single one of those projects to a grinding halt in their preliminary stages. According to declassified documents from the CIA, after El Salvador brought the issue of a US-Nicaraguan treaty to attempt yet another survey for yet another canal in 1917, things devolved for the next 80 or so years. El Salvador claimed the agreement infringed upon not only their own rights to the common ownership of the Gulf, but also the rights of Honduras. The Central American Court agreed with El Salvador, but the US and Nicaragua refused to acknowledge the ruling, though no base was ever built, and the treaty was eventually dissolved. Political contentions continued to mount as unrest across Central America saw Fonseca as a means of transporting contraband between different insurgents groups, but also saw naval clashes between the bordering nations, opening fire over things as simple as fishermen drifting into the wrong coordinates. Eventually, the Gulf was labeled a zone of peace, in an attempt to ease tensions. However, the peace agreement didn't last long, and violence continued. It all came to a head in 1992, when the ICJ took on the ownership case alongside filings and counterfilings from Honduras and Nicaragua, blaming each other for the ongoing war. The court ruled that all 3 nations would share control of the Gulf, and the islands were split accordingly. Since then, Fonseca has generally known peace. There are infrequent reports of piracy and violent crime in the area, but you'll be hard-pressed to find much in the way of recent news. There are reports of smuggling operations taking place in Cayalito, but it appears to be similar to the widespread cartel operations across Mexico. Today, the general vibe across the Gulf is a drive to expand commerce, and within that drive lies a friendly, welcoming attitude toward sailors. Every business we stepped foot in asked us the same questions. How was your visit? Would you come back? Is there anything we can do to make the experience better? And most fervently, will you tell your friends about us? It's clear that they're much more interested in construction rather than destruction, and they look at water-based travelers as an opportunity to create greater stability in this once volatile region. Had we known what was in store for us here, we would have left Jaltepec a lot sooner. Next week, after a shocking near miss,
My heart's pounding so fast out of my fucking chest.
we're bringing you along for the ride as we tour the beautiful Honduran Tiger Island, and hopefully inspire some of you other sailors to pass through Fonseca on your own cruising journey. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know in the comments what you thought of this week's video. Yip yip.
Up, Blue.